There are three major questions regarding the blackbird. What is the thing? How does it work? Does it break the laws of physics? Now, in order to answer these questions, let's look closely at the blackbird. The blackbird is a simple yet ingenious piece of machinery. It has a large propeller several times larger than the two rear wheels and one wheel at the front for steering. Now, the mind-bending thing about the blackbird is that this car runs purely on wind energy but can travel faster than the same wind that is pushing it to go forward. Now, practically any action without influence of any external or intentional force is bound to remain passive, that is, move from a state of higher potential to a state of lower potential, and stop when it reaches equilibrium. Now, to understand how it works, we need to look even closer at the blackbird. It has a large propeller at the top which does not work like a windmill as one would think it would. It is tied to the rear wheels with a bicycle chain, and the combination of the wheels and the propeller helps to push the vehicle forward faster than the wind itself. Now, why did I say it does not work like a windmill? Because look at the propeller. It is spinning against the direction of the wind because the propeller is connected to the wheels and the car can only go forward, never backward. So it is creating a counterintuitive situation where it is technically using wind as a constant supply of force to push the vehicle forward and the force from the wheels to turn the propeller, which in turn is providing even more forward thrust by spinning against the wind. Had the propeller spun like a windmill, it would have only provided the setup with a huge drag, slowing the vehicle down. Does it break the laws of physics? Now do we come to our final question. The main issue for the technical chaos surrounding the blackbird. It seemingly runs on free energy, so does it break the laws of physics? No, it does not, because if it did, it wouldn't even have existed in the first place. To answer this question, let's come out of the blackbird scenario for a moment and think about transformers. Yeah, it sounds way out of the topic, but bear with me. In a step-up transformer, you give, for example, 12 volt AC at the input but receive 220 volt AC at the output. Free energy? No, because you are indeed getting a high voltage output, but in order to balance that, you are losing current. The current at the output will be much lower than that of the input. In case of a step-down transformer, the whole thing is flipped, but still it maintains the laws of physics. It neither creates nor destroys energy. Think of gears, step-up gears. Imagine a man riding a bicycle. He is spinning the pedal maybe at x speed, but the wheels are rotating at 3x speed, thus making the person travel faster than he is pedaling. Free energy? No, because maybe he is getting a high speed but at the expense of torque. The pedal is of low speed but high torque, whereas the wheel is of high speed but low torque. Now think, if we raise the pedal at the top of the bicycle and create a new design, and let's push the bicycle from behind. It will be very easy to push the bicycle because the wheels have a very low torque, whereas the pedal at the top will spin slowly but with very high torque, which means it can spin anything of huge resistance, keeping in mind it is within the capability of the torque. Now let's add another 1:1 gear at the pedal. Now by saying 1:1 gear, I mean it would neither lose or gain torque or speed, and physically rotate it by 90 degrees, so it falls in line with the forward axis. Now let's imagine the hand that was pushing the cycle is wind, and then take a large propeller with its pitch against the direction of wind and fit it on the pedal, which can easily spin the propeller because of its high torque. And there you have it, the mystery behind the blackbird is solved.